Hi, YouTube fans. This is Matt of Post April 6th YouTube channel. I'm making a really good cup of coffee from Pete's Coffee. It is Cafe Domingo. Yeah. I've had a couple of cups of this already before, and Pete's always put out such really good coffee. I was going to say so good coffee, but I didn't want to say that the wrong way. And guess what else I'm doing? Even though I'm in my pajamas. I'm going to be cooking. Yeah. It's going to be fun. So just please stay tuned. There's going to be more. Well, I'm back finally. I had a lot to do after I initially woke up and showed me warming up the skillets on the oven so I could make my 3-3-3 breakfast, which consists of 3 strips of bacon, 3 eggs. Actually, it's 3-3-H. Sorry. So let me say this all over again. 3 strips of bacon, 3 scrambled eggs, and hash browns. And believe me, it fills you up, and it is delicious. And then what I did, I'm saying that a second time, was let me pause for a minute. Okay, I had to think about this for a second. Okay, so then what I did was I got onto my smartphone and I started looking for postcard stamps, because in case people are wondering, the following question, why don't you just go to the post office? Well, I did twice, 2 days in a row, and one day they only had 2 postcard stamps, and I bought those, and I put them on 2 different postcards out of 5. And then and this is in reference not to today, but yesterday. After I packaged up 2 items I sold on eBay, and these were 2 items that I've been trying to sell for quite some time. One was a Micro Center it's called a stick, and it's also called a jump drive, and it's also called a USB memory drive. Because it was unused, it was something that I got as part of a promotion. And I sold that for $5. And the other item that I sold, I had to think about this, was a single that I bought in a lot of grab bag, pack of 10 or pack of 12 singles. And these people are unknown, because the single was by a band called Head East, Headeast. And I'm going to go verify something really quick before I talk any further, so I will be right back. It was a single that had 2 songs, and these 2 songs were Since You've Been Gone and Pictures. Like pictures. Not drinking pitchers. And I sold that for $4. And that is quite a profit. I only paid 69 cents for it, so the profit margin is probably, and this is just a basic guess guesstimate. It's at least 400% profit. Yeah. You know, because I only paid somewhere between 59 and 69 cents for that in a pack in 10 to 12 singles. And once I packaged both of those up, I went over to the post office and I sent one package, and I tried to send the postcards again. And the first words out of the mouth of the clerk that has helped me before, a man, well, I shouldn't say this, but it's been sent out. He's a neat guy. He said that that they've been on order for quite some time, and it's probably going to take a couple of weeks before we get some more, or words to that effect. But what I did do was, after I dropped them off, and I had him put some fragile stickers on there, I paid for a roll of tape. And then I come back here. And then what I did was I packaged up the second item, because I got it weighed, but I couldn't package it up, and I couldn't tape the shipping label on it. And then after I got that done, I went back over there. I turned it in, and I looked at my P.O. box address. And then what I did I got an Uber ride to the drugstore. And what I did was I got a refill on the seizure medication, carbamazepine, and I, reiterated with them that I wanted the hypertension medication, metoprolol. I needed a refill on that, and they were like, "Okay, it's in the works, but it's probably going to take till at least 6 o'clock this evening." Blah blah blah. And then I paid the minor copay on the prescription medication that I had to pay, because you see, normally I would get those for free, but with the way United Health Dual Complete is set up now, I have to pay a copay on certain things. I mean, they have to do it that way because a lot of pharmacies their profit margins they're not like this, but they're only about like this, which isn't much, meaning less than 10% profit. That's not much profit, despite the fact you can keep the business going. So then what I did was I looked at the transit app after I was done with all that, and I go across the street, and I waited I waited for the next 35, and it was about an 8 to 10 minute wait, and I made sure to pay for postage through the MyRide app, or not the postage, the fare, a 3-hour pass. Okay, so then when the bus comes, I get on the bus and I sit up front, and there's this guy right next to him is this huge trash bag that is like, it's like a 33-gallon leaf bag full of blankets and clothes and stuff. And this guy's got this punk rock outfit. He's all sitting there, and he's all, going like this. I'm like, and I try not to look at him, but in fact, I'm going to come right out and say these words. He's nothing but a pathetic frickin' jackass. I'm sorry. He really is. He really is. He thinks he's really somebody special and then some. No, you're not, man. I mean, you have some interesting hand gestures to people who really see the world pretty much the same way you do, but other than that, you're not that special. You really aren't. It's only in your head that you're very special. And I just kept riding until I got to Broadway, and I got off. And then what I did was I put something in there, because you know what? I have to make a correction. After I got the tape and I taped up the one that had the USB stick drive or the flash drive that I sold. I didn't go back to the post office. Okay, so I didn't go back a second time. I'm sorry. And I looked at the transit app and I said, screw the transit apps, screw public transportation. I'm going to take a Uber ride to the pharmacy. And then I got on when I said I was going on, and I saw what I said I just saw. And then so anyways, I get off on Broadway. Then I go over this direction about a block and a half to where the post office is. And then I pop it in there, even though I had to force it in there. And then after that, I walk down this way because there's several restaurants. And the one restaurant I really like to eat at that's inexpensive but pretty good, it's very good food. It's called Rico's. Rico's Italian restaurant. They were so busy in there. There was not one free table in that narrow hole-in-the-wall restaurant. So then I walked back that way, meaning north. And I go into GALLO Italian Supper Club and Bakery. And it's a very classy place. And I sat there and waited until I decided on what I was going to get, and I got the garlic nuts. And then after that, I had to wait at least 15 minutes to get it. And then after that, after I ate that up and I paid my bill, I go across the street to Edwards Tobacco Shop. And I bought a cigar, and I bought something I've displayed many, many times, which is Maple Walnut by, I think it's pronounced Stewcliffe or Sutcliffe Tobacco Shop, or tobacconist, because Sutcliffe is the business is shut down, and the blends that you used to be able to get, you're not going to be able to get them anymore because the place is shut down. And when I paid for it, the clerk that was working for the owner says to me, he says, you do know that we only got 2 bags of this left, so this is probably your last one. And I said, I know. And I paid for that, and I paid for the cigar, and I stayed in there and I lit up the cigar. And while I was in this, lit up the cigar and was smoking, I displayed to Nick, the owner, the vlog that is 4 strange dreams that I've had in the past between 1979 and 1985. It was actually 5 dreams instead of 4, because the 5th dream that I discussed was a bonus. Okay, so then after I was pretty much finished with the cigar and I looked at my watch and it was almost closing time, I got out of there about 2-3 minutes before they closed, and I walked to the 35, and then I go back to CVS Pharmacy again, and I got the prescription drugs, and I paid for some Kleenex, and then after that, I get another Uber ride back to my apartment. And then after that, I got a lot of things done. Well, this vlog has been about 10 minutes by now. It's time for me to go because I have to get ready to leave to go to work. Thank you everyone for continuing to watch my vlog, and I'm very happy that my popularity is really increasing and escalating and going up. Thank you everybody, and goodbye now.